guys. Samigos, it is your favorite illustrator slash plague victim here, and today, for reasons that start with I caught and end with coronavirus, I thought it'd be a real fun challenge to make humanizations of the only two things that are keeping me alive right now. You'll never guess what they are! Just to keep things interesting for this art challenge, I'm going to be using only their God-given colors, and at the end of the 48-hour challenge period, I am sending these designs to my friends so that I may suffer the eternal shame of your friends ribbing you if I do a bad job. Can I do it? Let's find out! Okie dokie, pals. It is now time to move on to the drawing section. Currently, my thought process is I kind of want to have like one big chunk in the middle like this, where our two girls are, and obviously, NyQuil gonna be sleeping. This is a bad brush for this. Can I get a different brush? There we go. So, a big chunk in the middle. Think of it almost like one of those Polaroid situations, where like you have a Polaroid and then there's a background. So, we're gonna have our two girls. I'm thinking NyQuil on the left, and then Dayquil on the right. And Dayquil is being a right proper menace to NyQuil. I don't know, maybe like a noogie sort of situation, like "Rrr." And then NyQuil, meanwhile, she just wants sleep. Our girl, let her sleep. And then in the background, I'm thinking we can have like sort of a split situation, and then down here we can have some more art of NyQuil. Like this can be the kind of NyQuil area, maybe with like some stars and a moon, that'd be cute. On the top area, we can have like some little suns or something, and then here's Dayquil committing a crime. Woohoo, crimes! Actually, come to think of it, I really do like the idea of Dayquil being like super attached to phone, so maybe she's actually got her phone like this, and she's just recording NyQuil, who is not, who's just sleeping. She's like, She's snoring. Bless her. She's so cute. Oh, I love this actually. And maybe Dayquil can have like that very spiky type hair, sort of like a sun, and meanwhile NyQuil like has that long flowing hair, but that she very clearly doesn't really take care of. Dayquil got, what the hell, what do same girls wear? Like belts, right? Like multiple belts. Oh, I hate this. I'm having flashbacks to like middle school. Yeah, here's Dayquil with her like multiple belts, and then NyQuil. I'm just gonna put her in a big cozy sweater because I like how those look. Oh, what if it said KFC? Y'all know the NyQuil chicken story? She eats NyQuil chicken. All right, this is my rough sketch. Let's move on to an actual rough sketch. And here is my cleaned up sketch. As you can see, we've got some fun little bits in here. And I'll show you the time lapse in the final so you can see me making these bad boys. But yeah, I made Dayquil smoke because that struck me as the sort of bad decision that she'd make. All right, let's move on into line work. Currently, I've been utterly obsessed with Cynix's brush pack. I don't know if you guys are familiar. He's an amazing artist. Check him out. But he has this free brush pack, and it has this inking pen that it calls a scratchboard. And I just really like how it looks. It's got this very smooth gradation from small to large. So let's just kind of start. Going in here. And I'm aiming for kind of a loose, fun, and sketchy line work style. I'm known primarily for like very detailed paintings, but for reasons I don't really want to go into right now, I've been focusing a lot less on those lately. Mostly because I felt just very depressed, I think, about my own art and my own creations. So I figured, you know, it might be better to just tone it back, focus on the parts of art that I enjoy, which is the creation process, the fun characters. Homegirl got glasses. I think that's cute. Let's zoom out. How's that looking? It's looking really good. I like her face a lot. What if we, oh no, sweetie. LMAO, sweaty. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and line through this bad boy, and I'll catch back up with you when we get into the coloring. Woohoo! What's up, gamers? It's me. I'm back. And as you can see, I pretty much finished the line work. I wound up adding just a little NyQuil here, just happy to be having some tea, and a little NyQuil here who is very, very sad for some reason. So now that we've got this, let's start blasting some colors into here. My thought process currently is let's just sort of blast some stuff down in the background, just sort of some vague color palette stuff, just so it's not white anymore, and then we can go back in and do some more detail later. Pro tip, whenever your colors look a little bit wonky, choose a tone and then stick an overlay layer on top of both of them, and then they will look a lot better. It's really just a matter of unifying the colors in a way. I'm thinking I might pop into like a gradient map as well. Maybe just add a little bit of something something. Right, now that we got these, I'm going to do a pass with a bit of shading, which is to say I'm gonna pop a clipping mask on these bad boys, grab a tone. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is a warm shadow with a cool light, just because I think that'll look kind of cool. And then these are form shadows, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of roughly remove the shadow a little bit in any areas where it would already be, where the sun would be hitting, that is to say. And I'm also going to go ahead and add a little bit of gradation to the shadow as well, so that it has sort of a nice, even, soft vibe to it. Something like this. Yeah, so it's not a very dramatic change, but it's enough of a change that it makes a difference. Perfect! I'm still not in love with this color. Maybe I should just cut it out. What happens when I cut it out? Ooh, I wonder if maybe I should just set it to something like divide so that it'll interact with the colors underneath. Now we're gonna add a bit of ambient occlusion. Yeah, what we're doing here, ideally, is you want it to look almost like a 3D model, right? Where there are like sort of creases and edges. I'm not going full painterly on this, by the way. I'm just going to go in a little bit, add a little bit of form, just to make things fun. Just to make it sort of dynamic and 3D looking. So like basically anywhere where objects are intersecting would be a good place to add an occlusion shadow. Anywhere where you think the light wouldn't be able to reach, like sort of under things that are creasing, or in sort of tight areas, that's another good place to add an occlusion shadow. Or just even if you have like a line that you want to emphasize, that's a good place to stick an occlusion shadow, but make sure that it does actually fit with the light source that you have. You don't want to add an occlusion shadow that's like facing the light source. That would just be kind of silly. That look good? Yeah, I like that. To be honest, I'm not actually feeling the form shadows that much. I think that I got a little bit too enthusiastic with them, and they just don't fit the vibe. So I'm gonna go in with a separate brush and do a different form shadow, and then maybe see if that looks better. We can pop in and remove it later, so it's all good. I think purple's a good shadow color because it works with both this warmer tone and this cooler tone. I'd consider green, but as a general rule, or well, I say general rule, it's a rule for me. Obviously, do what works for you. I try to avoid green unless I really know what I'm doing, because when you use green on skin, it does look a little bit, shall we say, pukey. It looks a little nasty. You can really just try stuff, and if it doesn't work, just get rid of it. It's art, baby. Who's gonna stop you? Turns out I don't like those form shadows, so I'm gonna get rid of them. I do like these though. These look good. These add a lot. Let's see, what else? Obviously, I am going to add rim lighting. Though actually I am also thinking about just adding like an in general light source. Whoa, that is highlighter yellow, my friend. Just add in a little something something to make it look nice. And the nice thing about orange and also green is that you can use the same highlight for both, which is to say yellow. Cool, now let's remove the highlights in places where they logically wouldn't be, which would be anywhere that has a shadow, like a significant shadow. Fun fact, if something is in shadow, it will not have a specular highlight. You'd think this would be obvious, but I'm not very smart, and I'm pretty sure I have in fact put specular highlights in shadowed areas before. Cool, very nice, looking good, looking good. Something else I kind of want to do is just kind of pop in here and color this line art a little bit. Dayquil, I'm gonna give her a bit of a reddish line art, and then Nyquil, I'm gonna give her like this dark blue one, because I think that'll add just another little touch of color to both of their designs. Just add a little pop, you know? A little je ne sais quoi. Do I like these lines? Oh, I can remove them. Do I like that better without the lines? I think it has more of a, shall we say, vibe to it. One more thing I'm going to add, though, is I'm going to take the flats layer with my characters, I'm going to duplicate it, then I'm going to kind of stretch this out a bit, make it a bit bigger, and then I'm going to set this to white. This doesn't have to stay white, obviously, but this is just sort of a really easy way I've found to make like a fake almost outline vibe. You can't do stroke in Procreate, but what you can do is duplicate the shape and then just mess around with it with warp and liquefy until it kind of looks like you've outlined your character. So you can get some fun, cheeky little shapes in here. Yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm gonna make a couple more little edits off camera, and then when I'm done, we'll see how this goes. Cheers. I literally just had a moment where I looked down at what I was drawing and had no idea what it was. I just glanced down, went, what the hell is that? And then was like, right. I was doing this. All right, you've made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. As you can see, we're blasting through the time lapse right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to say, if you've watched this long, super appreciate you. You are the king. If you want to be even more of a king, feel free to leave a like, leave a fun little comment saying, hello, I really like this piece, or hello, why did you do this, or hello, I just wanted to say hello. Another thing you can do that would really be helpful would be to hit that subscribe button and maybe ding that notification bell so you know when I post a new video. I'm a pretty small channel, so every little bit helps. You're probably wondering how the challenge went. Here are comments I got on Discord. I got some pretty nice comments, so I guess the gauntlet of friendly judgment wasn't so bad this time, but we'll see how it goes next time. So overall, I'd say this challenge is a success. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye!